Greetings, welcome to day 12 of Autoforge's development. So, today we worked on just cleaning things up, trying to get everything that we have been working on to a better state. There's a lot of just miscellaneous things that I had left, uh, and some things I just didn't even think about. So, what are those things? Um, it was mostly dealing with exposing our classes, our user types from C++ to Lua and getting that to a good state. Like one example is that we now have this Lua forward func that allows us to expose this get Lua as a get function. And so that way we can just say get some component and or we're able to get that, and it's a little bit nicer than saying get Lua. We exposed our ID as a read only along with the prefab and just like got our entity class to a really good state as far as it being used in Lua. And similarly, we kind of went through our components, looked at those, figured out what we needed to expose, and a good amount of it was actually already done. But one big one that we were missing is our physics component. Since we're using box2d, we needed to be able to expose the like access to the underlying box2d body. So we did that by just making a lot of wrapper functions that we expose directly from the physics component. So that way we don't have to like try to go through the box2d body or whatever inside of Lua. And that's what we came up with here. Another big thing that we just did for exposing stuff to Lua was working on exposing all of our tile data. So that way we can actually set up tiles and tile maps and manipulate those on the Lua side. And that's just, all of these Lua funcs, Lua user types, the Lua vars, that's all just exposing these user types to Lua. And we have a tool called Lua Expose that reads through all of these and will create something like this from that header file. And this is using Sol to expose our user types to Lua. And the last one big change we made was actually like some code change as well as exposing it to Lua, which was changing around our entity layer and entity layer manager. So that way we can have our entity layers exist inside of Lua, and we would have a realm that's kind of being responsible for creating multiple entity layers. Like we might have one for items or one for players, maybe another one for monsters, whatever we want to do with those. And then we can add our entity layers to this entity layer manager that lives on the C++ side, and it'll just take care of like rendering them and updating them, doing that sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. It was just a day in code cleanup, janitor work. So we're just going to keep kind of pressing forward with development, and we'll see what we work on next. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.